Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I just woke up and I got a Christmas present, PVP tuning July 25th, which is tomorrow. So as you guys see this video, these changes I think will about be live or just about live, but these are the PVP tuning changes. I want to go over them with you guys and let you know my thoughts. Frost Mage has got a slight nerf, but I'll talk about it. So before you start freaking out, just calm down. It's going to be okay. Let's go over mages first. You gotta skip to the good stuff. So Frost Mage is right here. Frigid Winds increases chilling effects by 10%, down from 15. And Chilled reduces movement speed by 40 instead of 50. So that's a nerf. That's a nerf. Mages don't have that killer slow. They still have really good slows, but it's not as good. It's still really, really good, actually. It's just not really, really, really good. What do I think about this? I've been telling you guys that Frost Mages, the thing that needs nerfed about Frost Mages right now is the slow. I think that's not only my opinion, that's like the opinion of a lot of high-end PvPers. The slow is ridiculous, especially if you go Arctic Gale, you put down a huge blizzard around the map everywhere and no one can move, and it super aids because you can't walk anywhere. I get that. And I get this change. I understand that mages' slows are just way too freaking powerful, and I think they needed a nerf. I think they might even need more of a nerf than this in return for a buff, right? In return, I would like to see, maybe even more of a nerf on the slows and then a buff in something else, but a little bit of nerf on the slows with no buff, I guess, is okay too, because the slow was pretty ridiculous. I'm not even gonna lie, this was needed, guys. This was needed. Okay, so scrolling back up to the top, I've done a lot of videos about what I think is OP right now. Archon Boomkin is one of them. Holy Priest Melee Cleaves, I guess, is another one. And those might be like the two best comps. And I guess RMP as well, but this, is kind of a nerf on the mage. But look at this, guys. So just quickly scanning. Boomkin's nerfed. Holy Priest nerfed. Arshaman's nerfed. Oh my goodness. Warcraft devs, you are doing an amazing job. They actually nerfed all the stuff that needed to be nerfed. But before I go into all the specifics, I'll link this down below too, so if you guys just want to read it and not listen to me talk, then you can just go ahead and read it. I'll link it down below. But before I get too deep into the nerfs, what I want to talk about is nerfing everything even the right thing to do? So I've talked a lot with Jamili about this, I've talked a lot with other people about this, but is nerfing all the classes that are OP down to an understandable level, is that good? Or should you buff the classes that are underperforming up to the classes that are OP so that everything feels a little bit stronger? See, the thing is, if you keep just nerfing the strong, every class is going to be weak, which leads us to like a WoD-centric gameplay where everything is just slow-paced, everything is just... Every class is weak in its essence, right? Because every time something gets OP, you nerf it. Every time something gets OP, you nerf it. What if instead, this isn't just like a brand new idea that I've had, by the way, I've talked about it with people, but, and I think Jamili talks about this a lot, so if anything, shout out to Jamili, but what if instead, if all the classes that were underperforming, they got buffed? So instead of, nerfing Boomkin Druids, right, because they're too tanky, what if you just increase the damage of a lot of the things that couldn't kill Boomkins, right? Or maybe nerfed them a little bit, but then increased, gave buffs to other classes. If you gave a lot of buffs and made all classes stronger, it seems like the meta would just be fast-paced, more fun, more interactive. What do you guys think about that? Tell me in the comments what you think about that. I'm really curious. Do you guys think it's good to just nerf the OP? Or do you guys think buffing the weak would be like a better way to balance the game? Or maybe a little bit of both, so let me know. Anyway, let's hop into these PvP tuning changes for tomorrow. Really excited for these to go in. Boomkins were just way too tanky. Everyone knew that. If you go bear form, you would never die. It was ridiculous. So look, PvP template armor reduced by 10%. Great. Bladed Feathers grants 12.5 additional armor, down from 25. That's a nerf by 50, a half nerf. That's amazing, incredible. Iron Feather armor now grants an additional 25% armor, down from 50%. Another, they just cut it in half. That's insane. Celestial Guardian now grants 10% spell damage reduction, down from 20% spell damage reduction. Another half nerf. These guys are just cutting Boomkins in half. I hope Boomkins are still good, because I don't want them to just not be anywhere, right? I want Boomkins to be good, but I hope they can actually die now as a kill target, because before, if there was a Moonkin, you just never hit it. And then Moonkin form now grants 125% additional armor, down from 200. So there's a lot of, like, armor reduction, guys. There's a lot of damage reduction that was there that's now cut in half. We'll see how druids fare. I honestly hope they're not too weak. I still hope they have a comp or two that is good. Boomkins still have good damage, good spread pressure. Now they're not just going to be, you know, invincible gods. So I'm happy with this change. But, you know, we'll see if it's an over nerf or not. And then Resto druids, they were doing terribly. Worst healer on the block. Look at this. PvP template mastery increased by 20% and intellect by 2%. Maybe that's what they need. Once again, I don't know if the buff is as big as they, you know, need it. But Resto druids were the most, like, underperforming healer in PvP this last patch. So here we go. Resto druid buffs. So far, hats off to Blizzard. The balanced druid nerfs, the Resto druid buffs. Perfect. I don't know where you're getting your info, Blizzard, but wherever you're getting your info, good job, because these are good changes. Frost Mage, nerf. Needed. I have to say it was needed, even though it kills me to see Frost Mage nerfs. I understand, I get it, okay? Frost Mages being, you know, just completely gods of the arena and slowing everything. That's a little messed up. In my personal opinion, I would like to see them nerf it even more and give us something in return just to, you know, change up the playstyle. Because right now, as a Frost Mage, it's almost better just to keep a Blizzard down and stay far and do nothing. Because it's just good. It's just good to keep a Blizzard down, stay far away from the enemy and do nothing, and then let dampening work in your favor instead of pushing in. So if you reduce it even more, made your slows, you know, just 30% or whatever, kind of how it used to be, but then gave us something like Deep Freeze or Frost Draw or some type of extra control so we could actually push in, do our burst, and then run out. Maybe that would be something that would be cool. Or maybe there'd be something else. I don't know. Talk about it in the comments. Anyway, Holy Priest. Holy Priest, everyone complains about, especially in melee. Every time I say especially, you guys make fun of me in the comments, saying I say especially. I guess I do. Especially? Especially. Anyway, Holy Priest. Ray of Hope cooldown increased to 60 seconds. Everyone saw this coming. Holy Priest were insane. I'm glad they're being nerfed. I play Holy Priest myself, but I'm glad they're being nerfed because they were insane. Ray of Hope increased to 60 from 45. That's good. Ray of Hope's still good, though. Ray of Hope's still a great talent, even on a 1 minute cooldown. PvP template reduced by 4% on the intellect. Good. Their heals are a little too strong anyway. Mastery reduced by 30%, so that's a big deal. Holy Priest Mastery, I think, leaves the hot on them when you heal. So 30% reduced on the Mastery, like their healing is going to be, you know, it's going to be cut a lot from that. So that's a big deal. The heal over time effective for Renew now heals for an additional 75%, down from 100%. And this Renew heal is a huge deal because Renew was like a large majority of your healing as a Holy Priest in PvP. Nerf on the Renew, nerf on the Mastery, nerf on the Intellect, and nerf on the Ray of Hope. All of those together, I think Holy Priest will still be okay. I don't think they're going to be as prevalent at all. I hope to see Holy Priest kind of fade away. Maybe Resto Druids come up instead. Maybe something like that would be nice. I hope Disc Priests are viable again because Holy Priests are fading away. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm happy. I'm happy that they're like, okay, Holy Priests are OP. They deserve a nerf. Here we go. We got the nerf. Resto Shamans. Riptide heals increased by 15% in PvP situations, down from 30%. Riptide and Earthshield were probably the two main complaints about Resto Shamans. No change on Earthshield quite yet, but we did get that nerf on Riptide. And overall Intellect reduced by 4%. I still think our Shams... I don't know, Riptide is one of the abilities that they just use. They press Earthshield, Riptide, you know, healing stream, and the guy's fine. So having a pretty big nerf on Riptide might make it so they have to heal more. If they start healing more, they start going more If they start going more then, you know, they're casting more, getting interrupted. It might be a chain of reaction type of thing, but if I had to guess, I'd still say Arshams are going to be the best healer. Let's check it out. Warlock, Affliction, one of the worst specs in the game. No one played it, really, at all last patch. 4% increase buff on their Intellect. Don't think that's going to change much for Affliction Warlocks, but we'll see. Another reason Affliction wasn't very good is because Holy Priest countered it, and Holy Priest was good, and then since Holy Priest got nerfed and Affliction got buffed, we might see more Affliction as well. We'll see, we'll have to keep an eye out. And Destro locks, my boy Thugonomics is going to be very happy to see this change, but PvP armor increased by 30%. One of their big problems is they just died. They just died. Every time you play Destro, like Destro is good right now as far as damage goes, but if you enter the arena against a melee cleave, you're going to die. So it got increased by 30%. Great change. And the versatility, which makes you a little tankier as well, increased by 5% and a little bit more damage. So good changes all around. Good changes all around. Warcraft devs, hats off. Once again, like there's not just like Feral, you know, oh, I guess that's a bad example. Feral Druids are kind of underperforming, so they kind of need a buff. But anyway, it's not like they're doing some random changes like in the past expansions or in the past patches where they're just, everyone's just like, huh? Why did you change that? They actually, every change has merit, and that's what I like. All the changes aren't perfect, but they have merit. It's like, okay, I can see why they did that. So good job. I'm excited to play with these changes and kind of, you know, mess around with them in the future. Guys, if this video was helpful to keep you guys up to date, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. If it wasn't helpful and you were bored, thumbs it down, that's okay. Talk to me in the comments about all the questions asked in this video, you know, buffing the weak, nerfing the strong, etc. And what you guys think about the Frost Mage changes. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!